April is the cruelest month. A very famous, often quoted line from a poem by T.S. Eliot.
April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain.
April is the cruelest month. A famous, often quoted poem by T.S. Eliot. In this video, I'm going to break down a bit of a complex poem and try hopefully to show it isn't as complex and boring as it might first appear. It's a typical depiction of what COVID-19 is doing right now, just as all the world wars did. There we go. The opening full lines to the burial of the dead, which is the first part of a 5-part poem called The Wasteland. April is not the cruelest month at all. We know that it is beginning a spring, when life comes, when it is warm enough to go outside. It has to be bitter to hate spring. This bitterness comes from pain, doesn't it? You would have been deeply hurting to see little beautiful lilacs rising of the dead land, and think it cruel even just to call earth the dead land. Rather than the land the stuff grows from, that suggests you are someone who has seen a hell of a lot of death. So much death. In fact, that you are just seeing a new life. You feel worried for it, knowing it will soon die. It starts to feel cruel that these beautiful little lilacs will soon wither in winter. These new generations of people will grow old and die. Spring is cruel to tease us with the idea of a new beautiful life after we were about to forget our previous days and nights. Imagine how much pain you must have endured to be in a country which makes you think of death, and they say may create a desire to start a new life all over again. But the memory cannot forget what happens. You cannot escape the terrifying fear that Corona might happen again. We cannot enjoy life as we used to, because the lilacs will remind us of the depth that lies below.